Hello and welcome to the 6th edition of the QuaranTOON Comedy Showcase. I'm your host, Dan Brown. People just aren't taking this social distancing seriously. All week I didn't see a single mask on any of my prostitutes. Patient 0 still hasn't been identified. But is that really a surprise? I mean, I'd hide from embarrassment if I started a worldwide pandemic, and on top of that, people kept calling me a zero. I'd feel like a total nerd! Now that the coronavirus has made handshakes a thing of the past, we gotta replace them with something. Like bowing, or the Carol Burnett ear tug, or crossed eyes. Nice to meet you, Carl! Are you guys ready for your next comedian? Then give it up for Pete Angelo!
Hello, you empty space, you. Thanks for having me. God, so everyone kept talking that this was going to be the end of the world, and I was like, I sure hope not, because this is boring. I always thought like the end of the world should be exciting, and then my wishes came true, and I regret it horribly, because just militias are everywhere, and I look like them. I don't like how much I look like either a Civil War general or I'm going to give a tour of a brewery. Like, because I look like if hate speech was a person, and I have the face of the wrong side of history. And I'm trying to work on that. But my problem is I get lumped in with too many groups that I just can't stand. Like, recently there was a big extra outbreak of the virus because of the Sturgis motorcycle rally, which is just like 250,000 people in the worst leather jackets, just all in the same place in South Dakota. And no one should go to South Dakota. Get rid of Mount Rushmore. South Dakota should be barren, like God intended. But they're risking all of our lives so they could see Smash Mouth. You're gonna risk, like, okay, if we're gonna risk our lives, at least do something good. That's Smash Mouth and Trapped and Buck Cherry. Like, I could have just recreated that whole thing for you if I just beat you in the head with a crowbar that had the worst leather decal on it that was wrapped in the American flag while the shittiest butt rock of the last 20 years played overhead. Like, for fuck's sake. Ugh. I'm tired of it. But, yeah, I've been having to lock down a lot, not go anywhere, just hanging out with my boyfriend at home. And you get to that point when you're living with someone, they ask you questions that you just, like, weren't ready for. And we had what happened. I came out of the shower. I'm a bigger guy. I'm a heavy set. And he's a smaller guy. And he asked me, he looks at me, he goes, hey, not to be rude, but can you still see your dick? And I was like, what? Well, fuck. And I looked down and I was like, holy shit, I can. And I was real proud of that moment as a man who weighs over 300 pounds that I have never lost sight of my own dick. I'm not saying I can just like see it clearly. I got to move and work for it a little bit, like a magic eye painting, but it's still there. You can't fault me for that. God. But, yeah, I date a guy, and that's weird. I look like this. I'm pretty sure he's still questioning whether or not I'm going to beat him up. Only on occasion. But, being queer and, like, it's like looking like this has worked against me, but at the same time helped me because I feel like the choices were so much less that it allowed me to hook up with guys and get dates that I had no business getting. Because I once went on a date with a guy who was studying to get his PhD in biology from Yale University, and I own all of Beavis and Butthead on DVD, and I once drank 3 beers out of a work boot. So we had a lot in common. And because he was so much smaller than me, it just kind of looked like I was it looked more like a hate crime hostage situation. Like the waiter was leaving him notes and just said, blink twice if you're in trouble. So thanks, guys. That's my time. I'm Pete Angelo. Have a good night and hail Satan.
I never lose sight of my genitals. With all this isolation, they're like a child stuck in its mother's gaze so it doesn't wander off at the fair. Are you guys ready for your next comedian? Then give it up for Matt Woodland.
Everybody, how's it going? I'm Matt Woodland. How you doing, everybody? Oh boy, here we are. Everybody's nervous, right, about the coronavirus. Yikes, I'm so spooked about the coronavirus. Not me, dudes. I'm worried about the next one, Michelob Ultra virus. Yikes. Ooh, baby. Talking about this, states are opening up. You feel me, guys? You ever notice this? States, they're opening up. You hear of this state, Florida? Damn, you ever get word a state's going to open up further than they were pre-COVID? Florida, come on. I heard of opening up. You guys are about gaping right now. Easy, Florida. Watch her. You got Pepsi-Cola, more like Sodom and Gomorrah. Am I wrong? Hello. Tampa Bay, more like Caligula's Palace. Listen to me, Florida. Take her easy, you guys. Speaking of 69, you guys. Speaking of 69. Florida, what phase are you on? 69? All right, you guys. 69. Talking about this, talking about that, you guys. I wanted to tell you about this legendary sexual maneuver, 69. They got to rename that shit. Catch 22. Feel me? Because the better you deliver some good 69, the less you receive some decent 69. Be like if you're a coal miner and the amount of coal you gather is directly related to how willy-nilly the dick suck you receive. Come on, 69. Get it together. Get your act together. Talking about this, talking about that. You got masks. People are wearing them. Think about it. You ever notice this? You'll be walking around and you'll see like a fucking old school mask, like from early coronavirus days. Just like a slipper, just like strapped around their face. Oh my God, easy mask. They'll have something like put together, looks like they put it together with stuff they found under their sink. Like, what are you, the Borg over here? Where'd you get your mask? March 28th? Come on with these masks. I think there should be a rule about the masks, though. If you should probably wear them, with the one exception being if I would make out with you anyways, you guys. You know what I mean? Like I saw this beautiful lady in JCPenney the other day. The mask was all willy-nilly over the ear. The snout was popping out like, whoa. But I would hypothetically make out with her. So no harm, no foul. Talking about the mask, talking about this, talking about that, you guys. You ever do this? Have sex to music? Oh boy. Oh my good Lord. I've made this mistake before because sometimes I'll be having sex to music and you have to like attempt to pump to the rhythm, right? Eventually a slow song will come on, you guys. In the middle of having sex, I'll accidentally start making love. Fellas, you ever make this mistake? What am I, fucking Zorro over here? Come on, you guys. Or the opposite issue will happen. Something too quick will come on. Mortal Kombat soundtrack, and I'll go into hummingbird mode over here. Fucking like a Keystone Cop. What am I over here? Got Buster Keaton. I just met her, Keaton. Oh my good, I would say my authentic having sex rhythm, you guys, if anything, ragtime. Feel me? do 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 do. Listen, dude, I can't promise you're gonna have a climax unless by climax you mean pulling off the perfect heist. Thank you guys. Good night, everybody.
That's our show. Thanks for not coming out, and don't forget to tip your live-in manservants and imaginary friends. Good night, everybody.